Tonight, the push to contain a grass fire in San Joaquin County. The Corral fire started at 2:30 yesterday, and since then, 14,000 acres have burned. The fire is now 30% contained. Livecopter 3 giving us a lot of insight. We got these exclusive images today over the fire. Evacuation warnings are still in effect tonight. They were just downgraded from orders moments ago. We know westbound 580 is open. On eastbound 580, the number 1 lane is open and the number 2 lane is closed from Corral Hollow Road to South Bird Road. Thank you so much for joining us at 6 o'clock. I'm Brittany Hope.
And I'm Andrea Flores. At least 2 firefighters were injured while battling the flames, and some neighborhoods are already seeing major damage. So here's a look at the progress of the fire over the last 24 hours. On your left is a view of the fire. This was around 9 last night. You can see flames burning along this hill. Now, smoke filled the air and winds were strong. It's a different story in that area today. You can still see some smoke there on your right, but you can see a lot of the damage that those flames left behind, where you can see that black area on the ground. That's the burn scar where those flames ripped through that area.
Some positive news. All evacuation orders were just downgraded to warnings. That's why the whole area now is yellow. But CAL FIRE says they want everyone to be on alert as the winds stick around tonight. Fire crews say road closures are still in place on South Corral Hollow Road and on Chrisman Road south of I-5 for non-residents. A temporary evacuation point is open at the Larch Clover Community Center in Tracy. That's at 11157 West Larch Road. A large animal shelter is set up at the Manteca Unified School District building. That address is 2271 West Luis Avenue in Manteca.
As the fire continues to burn, we have live team coverage for you this evening. KCRA Ray 3's Michelle Bandor is in a San Joaquin neighborhood that has been heavily impacted by this fire. KCRA Ray 3's Leanne Denyer is also live in that area tonight with more on how the fire is impacting people within that area.
But first, we want to start with meteorologist Dirk Verdorn, who has been tracking the fire conditions and those ongoing winds. Dirk, what's happening now?
Yeah, it's really all about the winds that we saw yesterday. Those winds were so strong. We had wind gusts that were 30 to up to 45 miles per hour at times in the area where the fire was burning. And we still have the west winds. Now, they did shift this morning and into the early afternoon, but now we're seeing that west wind continue through the area. But what I wanted to show you here, this is the burn scar. So you have I-580 that runs this direction. You have Tracy, of course. You got the airport near here, but you can see how large this is. So the burn scar covers quite a wide swath here of this area. It's about 8.5 miles long along I-580, and then it goes back about between 4 to 5 miles deep up into the hills there. So the Corral fire, we're looking at right now wind gusts between 20 to 30 miles per hour. Those are the reports in that area. We expect to have the winds kind of stay in that range, if not get a little bit stronger as we go through the night tonight. Here we are as we make our way into the evening. About 9:15, we're looking at wind gusts close to 30 miles per hour. Wind gusts are going to stay in that range as we head past midnight tonight and on into Monday morning. Those winds eventually are going to taper off, but we're still going to deal with those west winds being pushed up over the coastal mountains through much of tomorrow before we get into tomorrow night and Tuesday. And then we get a north wind, which again, not a good wind because that dries out things even more. So it makes it even easier for fires to start. So the fire danger is going to go up by Tuesday. We'll have more on that coming up. Now back over to you.
Dirk, thank you so much. KCRA 3's Michelle Bandor is live in the hardest hit neighborhood near Stearman and Bernard Roads, where the fire destroyed at least 1 home. Michelle, I know you were just able to speak with the family impacted by this. What did they say?
Well, they are just distraught and devastated over losing their home. And we have to tell you, the Curtis family did give us permission to be on their property. And you can just see the devastation, just showing you what they have on their property. They like to work on old cars, and you can see there's a lot of cars there that are burned out. You can just see the shells there. A lot of trees, of course, that are taken down. And of course, none of the structures or the buildings are there. The Curtis's son tells me that the back barn caught fire, and that's what started it on their property, and it just got out of control there. Now, I also want to tell you that CAL FIRE crews are on scene here still. They said there are some hot spots on the property, and they've also taped off, as you can see right here, all of these trees here. They say it's dangerous to be in that area because they're afraid that the trees may fall, so they're keeping an eye on that. They also told us just to be aware that, you know, a hot spot could come up here with the winds that you can hear here. and we'd have to move and get out of the area. But, you know, while the Curtises heeded evacuation orders, their neighbor who was across the street and one house down decided to stay and decided to protect his home.
Everything around us is burning. All my neighbors are burning. All the neighborhood's burning. Everything's burning.
My phone is going crazy all day long.
People are worried about you.
Oh yeah, 100%. We couldn't leave. No one could come in. No one could leave. It's just been wild. The fires were just insane. 200-foot flames, smoke everywhere. Couldn't breathe.
Once Kern Gill got his family to safety and evacuated from the neighborhood, he stayed to protect his home as well as his neighbor's property.
You got your sprinklers? The flames jumped over, the ambers jumped over to the juniper trees and lit those up. And then I had my garden hoses going because I didn't want all the ambers that were flying over to my property. I was just putting them out with the garden hose.
30 years of memories and possessions and all gone.
The elderly couple who lives here, 75-year-old Christy Curtis and her husband, 84-year-old Stephen, showed up with their kids to see the damage and if anything was left of their home.
They had about 10-15 minutes from the time that the officer knocked on the door to tell them to get out of the house, and they grabbed the dogs, a turtle, and a little bit of clothes and left. They didn't even remember to take meds or anything like that. So their house, as you can see, is completely destroyed.
Out here trying to save houses, neighbors' houses burnt to the ground.
It was a very, very sad thing to see, just people's houses just burning up, yards burning up. Unfortunately, our neighbor right there lost their whole entire house.
Yeah, I'm back out here live on the Curtis property. You know, we noticed that there are wind chimes still hanging in the tree. Those don't look to be burned at all, but the rest of their property just lost here. And again, the family just distraught. So the Curtises, the son tells me that they were able to get out with their two dogs and their turtle, and when they were here on the property earlier today, found a metal statue of a turtle, one of his mother's favorites. So she was able to take that with her. Only one thing she was able to get, but it means a lot to her. And of course, her children just so grateful that their parents heeded the evacuation orders and got out of here when they did, and that no one was hurt in this corral fire here in this neighborhood. Reporting live in San Joaquin County, Michelle Bandur, KCRA 3 News.
It is such a relief to hear that they're at least physically okay. Michelle, thank you so much.
KCRA 3's Leanne Denyer is also in the fire area tonight and joins us live from South Corral Hollow Road near Interstate 580. So, Leanne, we can see some of that damage behind you. Another thing that we've noticed is that those winds are still pretty significant in that area. We can hear them in your live shot.
Oh, definitely. It's been very gusty ever since we got here, and we do continue to make our way down the road to bring you different viewpoints of what we're seeing out here. And I do want to mention that just around the corner, just around the bend this way, we actually came across a CAL FIRE crew that was mopping up, was working on the area. But from where we weren't able to get a signal out, so we did have to rush back over here to bring you these live pictures of what we're seeing. But very much still active. There are crews from CAL FIRE. Some might be just driving into our shot here in just a moment, and some other agencies as well. But really just take a look at the damage that this fire did to the hillscape here. You can see just how charred it is. Again, CAL FIRE crews are still here, still working on getting this fire mopped up and under control. We're hoping for an update from CAL FIRE shortly. In San Joaquin County, Leanne Denyer, KCRA 3 News.
Leanne, thank you so much for the update, and images from you, the viewers, and officials are helping us see the impacts from the fire firsthand.
Multiple crews are working to contain this fire. CAL FIRE released these photos to us from overhead, and you can see just how many fields were burned, but look at how close they got to homes there. The fire literally getting feet from homes in that area. And here's another view as well from CAL FIRE. A big thank you to them for sending us these images. You can see, I believe that might be the lab in the area or some sort of facility. But again, the fire racing up those hills, and luckily most of the property was protected.
Tonight, CAL FIRE is working to contain the flames. KCRA 3 spoke to Battalion Chief Josh Silvera about their efforts.
Bringing that fire perimeter to an area that's advantageous for us to fight it, rather than be up on the hills, if we can use a pre-existing road or road system and bring the fire down to an area where it's safer for us to engage, that's always going to be the best bet if conditions warrant that. We also had folks out in our heavy equipment, the dozers pushing the line direct in areas where we just didn't have pre-existing roads to bring that fire perimeter to.
And of course, it's been just over 24 hours, but officials are already working to determine the cause of the fire.
KCRA 3's Erin Heft spent the morning traveling behind the fire line. She has an up-close look at the efforts on the ground.
Smoke rising from the hills and valleys southwest of the city of Tracy. Lines of wildland fire trucks, one by one, working their way back on the roads that wind their way through the thousands of acres which are now burned black.
We have crews from all over California that are here actively engaged in direct suppression efforts at this point.
We made our way Sunday morning back behind fire lines, witnessing the many homes standing unscathed among the burned hills, the scorched earth still warm beneath our feet. What you're looking at here is Corral Hollow Road, the namesake of the Corral Fire, the origin of where the fire ignited, according to CAL FIRE, back within these hills.
We have investigators on scene. Both CAL FIRE investigators and Sheriff's Department investigators are out combing through the area of origin and try to pinpoint exactly what caused this.
Heat still rising from the ground, logs of wood hollowed out and burning from within. Firefighters intentionally setting some of the grass ablaze, trying to further mitigate any risk.
We're bringing the fire and allowing us to engage it on our terms at that point. There's a lot of things that are taken into account when we do stuff like that. We want to make sure that winds are in our favor. It's not just a tactic that we use willy-nilly.
The largest fire CAL FIRE has undertaken this year, bringing all the elements to create quite the challenge.
A lot of that had to do with a bunch of conditions lining up. We had very, very tall, dry grass. It was very, very dense. It had 2 years worth of growth in it, coupled with the very, very strong winds, and it lined up perfectly with the topography that's out here. So, you know, we had three substantial factors all come into alignment and really allow this fire to grow at a very rapid rate.
In Tracy, Erin Heft, KCRA 3 News.
CAL FIRE estimates it will take several days, if not longer, for a full investigation. For the very latest on this fire, make sure to download the KCRA 3 app. You can get updates for any fires that break out in our region by turning on your push alerts. We also have tips to help you stay prepared.